morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Rants About Tech Live. I'm Roderick, and today is Thursday, December 19th, 2024. A pretty sunny day here in Philadelphia. As you can see in the background, it typically hasn't been this bright in the background for the last, few episodes. So I'm enjoying the sunshine today. How's everybody else doing out there? Just taking a look at the chat here. I love how the chat shows up for me in the morning. I appreciate this, you guys. I really do. I really appreciate all the love in the morning. It's especially for it being in the morning on a weekday. Let's look and see what we got here. We got Doc. We got Doc here this morning. How you doing, Doc? Good morning. We got CJ. eInk Unplugged is here today as well. How you guys doing today? Brian, how's it going? Good to see you in the chat today as well. Let's scroll up here and see who else we got here. We got Max, of course. Dan, how's it going? And Mr. Media, we got Mr. Media in the chat as well. If you're here and I haven't seen you, definitely good morning and thank you for joining the chat today. We're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about a few things today. We're going to talk about AI, of course. So we're going to get to the AI. But first up, I wanted to mention the day for today. So it's National Hard Candy Day. National Hard Candy. I don't know how many people out there enjoy the hard candy. I'm an M&M's guy myself. I'll go through a super large pack of M&M's in a day, if you let me. And luckily, I don't get let do that all the time. So, but yeah. So what else we got here? We got National Oatmeal Day. National Oatmeal Day. I used to be an oatmeal cookie lover. Not so much anymore, though. Not so much anymore. And it's National Evergreen Day. I've been thinking a lot about evergreen content. You know what I'm saying? Content that just sits there and people can enjoy for the duration. Like good stuff, like a tutorial or something like that. So I think I'll put out a piece of evergreen content today for National Evergreen Day. What's evergreen to you guys? Let me know in the chat. All right, so the first thing I wanted to get up to here is a couple of things, and I'm kind of upset with the chat right now. I'm kind of upset with the chat because I feel like somebody knew something and didn't tell me. Like, you guys know what kind of problems I have. You know what kind of problems I have with what we got here. You know what kind of problems I have with searching Reddit. How come no one told me this? How come no one told me that Reddit has an AI search tool? Why did I have to find out about that on my own? Why? Max, where were you? Where were you, Max? Werther's original. Oh my goodness. Jack Betts. Whew. Listen, we were talking about hard candy just now. Evergreen equals the bush. Oh. Listen, I'm trying to internalize the evergreen concept to content, okay? There's evergreen content too. I'm trying to make it. Oh, so you got to pay to get this search tool for the AI. Oh, okay, Max, I got you. Okay. I was about to say, listen, like my chat is, look, you guys are so good at keeping me informed. So when I saw this, I'm like, okay, I've been on stream every day. Nobody said anything. Everyone knows what kind of problems I'm having searching Reddit. But anyway, here we go. So the first thing I want to talk about is this Reddit AI search tool. I didn't know that it existed. It's going to be called Reddit Answers. It's funny because OpenAI, we're going to talk about this too. Let's put that, I forgot about that. Let's put that on the list. So OpenAI has a new tool that they're launching. It's a 1-800 number. 1-800-CHAT-GPT to get help using ChatGPT. I can't make this up. Okay, 1-800-CHAT-GPT. If you think I'm lying, I'm not. It's a real thing. But you know what though? Another company did that. One of the rideshare services did that. I don't remember which one, whether it was Uber or Lyft. But they also Uber. Absolutely, it was Uber. So Uber actually has an 800 number too for people who don't want to use the app. They call the 800 number and order an Uber. I'm like, you might as well just call a taxi. Well, you never know what's going to happen. But I'm thinking, how do the services work? How do you know where the car is at? How do you know when it arrives? Or they just stay on the phone with you? How does this? Has anyone in the chat tried this? Does anyone know what I'm talking about right now? Let me know. Definitely let me know. Let me see what I have here. Oh boy, there we go. This is a good number right here. I want to know this number. Bam. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's a thing. I didn't even know that was a thing, but here we go. Back to the AI answers here. So let's see how much this thing costs. Does anybody know how much it costs to get these AI answers? So it looks like they'll initially roll out to a limited number of users in the US and in English, and it will be available on the web. So no app, this is just, oh, and iOS. Okay. They said they're working on Android as they speak. Yeah, it doesn't. All right, so Reddit gave me, well, okay, never mind on that. Reddit answers can also pick up on things happening on Reddit within minutes, according to a spokesman. So this looks like a pretty cool tool. I don't see anything on price. Pay per minute? You need Reddit Premium for that. Yeah, but what is Reddit Premium? How much is Reddit Premium? I mean, this might be something I'm willing to pay for. I mean, if it's not too expensive. They don't talk about the cost here. Let's look up Reddit Premium. Wow, it looks like Reddit Premium is taboo or something because I can't. Okay, here we go. I'm like, is that a taboo topic? Are we not supposed to be talking about Reddit Premium here? Because I'm like, the article didn't talk about it. I'm looking for a direct, like, search for it. Nothing. I think if you put Reddit in the name of anything, you're going to have a bad time with the search. So $80 a year. Okay. Wow, what's that like on the math? Let's see what that's like on the math. So we're talking about $6 a month, almost $7 a month. Okay. Oh, $50 a year, not 80. So what I was looking at was old information, obviously. So $80 a year. I mean, $50 a year. So it's $4 a month. Depending on how good it is. I mean, I'll pay $4 to try it. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how good it is, it might be worth it. For people who don't know how to search, because it's so bad. They're like, we know it's bad, but we're going to make you pay for it to be even decent. It's cheaper if paid once. Oh, so it's cheaper than $4 a month if you paid once. Awesome. I don't know why every time I go to Reddit, that's where I go. That's where it takes me. Reddit Premium. So this is all old stuff. All right, you know what? I'm not even gonna worry. Let's look. Let's look at this. Let's look and see what they would charge for the Reddit Premium. Oh no, here's the beta. Oh wow, we can use it. So it's look. Did you guys see that? It's right here in beta. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, does everyone have access to it? Word. CJ said you need Reddit Premium to find info about Reddit Premium. Exactly. It's so crazy. At the bottom of my profile. Oh, okay. Bam. So it's $6 a month, or $80 a year if you're paying by the month, or $50 if you're paying by the year. So you save 30%. Ad-free browsing, 100 daily questions, avatar gear, premium lounge, premium icons. I would pay to have my username changed to something I like. I would pay for that. That would be worth it to me. Jack Bet says MobiScribe Xmas sale, black and white, 109, color Kaleido plus, 159. Oh, nice. I mean, if you're looking for a MobiScribe, I think that's the same one that Ed just got from Organized for Change. He seems to like it a lot, especially the price. All right, so that's one thing I wanted to talk about. So is the Reddit AI. I didn't know that was a thing. I'm like, AI? I guess the AI portion of this premium is new. The premium has been around for a while, but the AI they're adding AI to it. But yeah, I do have access to this though. I think I did. Yeah. Let's see. It says ask a question. Well, see, we ask it, chat. Let's see if this thing works. I mean, it says answers beta. I'm thinking this is what this thing is, right? Am I wrong in thinking that this answers beta thing over here? Let me move the screen over a little bit so you guys can see. Can we see that? It says answers beta. And I think that's it, right? Jack Bet says he got black and white for $99. Oh, that's even better. What should I ask it? I mean, I'm just wondering if this is it. You know what? Let's see. Who is Rants about tech? Let's find that out. This is what it's. This is what it told me. Can you guys? I got to push the screen over a little bit more. Hold on, you guys. Let me slide the screen. Oh, there we go. All right. So it says rants about tech are a common theme on Reddit, with users expressing frustration over various aspects of technology, from malfunctioning device to the broader implications of tech in society. Here are some key points and quotes from Redditors on this topic. Malfunctioning device, subscription models, tech support, capitalism and tech. Okay, clearly this is not what I was thinking it was going to be. Someone give me a query that's more reasonable. What would we be searching up on here? You know, let's find out. We'll see A5X2. I'm using up all of my questions here. I don't know how many I have. It says Reddit answers are currently only available in English and can't answer that question. So it thinks A5X2 is not English. Okay, cool. Let's write it in all lowercase. I don't think that would matter. You know what? That would be wasting a token. I don't want to do that. What can we ask it? Oh, let's say, how are posters liking the new Supernote device? Ooh, okay. Redditors have shared their experience with new Supernote devices, and feedback is generally positive, highlighting both strengths and areas for improvement. Okay, now this is cool. This is cool right here. This is, okay, so I like this aspect of the tool where it can give you, right, where it will give you, it searches Reddit and give you a summation of what the overall consensus is. I like that. That could be useful. That could be useful. All right, let's keep going. Whoops, wrong one. All right, so writing experience, responsiveness, and feel. Many users appreciate the writing experience on the Supernote, noting its responsiveness and the feel of the stylus on the screen. And they even give some quotes here. What do we got? Supernote doesn't seem laggy at all, especially after I did the simple steps of calibrating the stylus. It's responding perfectly. I love the feel right too at first impression. Wow, I draw a lot on paper and love this new screen. I'm assuming those are direct quotes. CJ says he just asked ChatGPT and it gave him a nice, accurate answer of my channel. Thank you. We'll check out ChatGPT here in a second. That's one of the AI tools we're going to talk about here today. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that it gives you a summation of this. Durability. The Supernote is praised for its sturdy build, which makes it suitable for frequent use and travel. Supernote wins on functionality, practicality, and portability. I carry my Supernote around a lot and am happy to have sturdy workhorses that don't need to be handled with kid gloves. All right, so that's cool. I like this. Now that's a cool feature right there. Something that can check. It's almost like a temperature check. Right, I mean, that kind of query is almost like a temperature check of what the overall feeling on Reddit is for the device. I like that. Let's do another one. Let's see what it thinks of the 10.3. The Boox Go 10.3 has garnered a variety of opinions from users, with many praising its features while others highlight some drawbacks. Here's a summary of what Redditors think about the device. That intro wasn't as positive, right? Am I wrong? I'm thinking that the intro, the summation wasn't as positive as it was for the Manta. This device is praised. Maybe that wasn't even the Manta that was giving me. Let's see. I said the new Supernote device. I didn't mention, well, I did say A5X2 earlier, and it didn't know what that was. I didn't think it would recognize what Manta, I don't know. I didn't trust it to do that. Conclusion, the Boox Go 10.3 is well regarded for its design, screen quality, and writing experience, making it a strong contender for those looking for a versatile eInk device. However, potential buyers should be aware of the mixed reviews regarding the pen quality, trash, writing latency, which and user experience. Additionally, the lack of front light might be a deal breaker for some. Okay, all right, interesting. I like that. This was a cool tool. I think that was pretty cool. I like what they were. I like what it's capable of doing there with some like summarizing the overall vibe of Reddit on a topic. That could be useful. What do you guys think? Useful, not useful? I know ChatGPT is more useful for general queries, right? But for something like that, I think that could work. I think that could work definitely. I don't know who caught the short this morning, but I put out a short this morning. Are shorts worth it? Do any of you wear? Do any of you wear shorts? Do any of you watch shorts? Anybody in the chat right now? Are you guys short watchers? Let me know. I think I probably should put that as a member poll, and I will. Speaking of member poll, though, let's go ahead and check the member poll we have up here. Just really quick. Speaking of which, too, if you guys have the new Manta, what are you guys thinking? Always, sometimes. Well, I mean, Brian says watches watches the shorts. Okay, so it sounds like it's a pretty it's something that you guys generally watch. Then I'll keep doing them. I'm always conflicted whether I should put the time into shorts. Shorts, it seems like don't take a lot of time, but they do. Shorts, I mean, if you're doing like 3 shorts, that's like the time it takes to do a video, in my opinion. For editing wise, it's just so weird editing shorts. I hate it. I mean, it's fun when I'm done to look at them, but they're so difficult to edit because of this aspect ratio. But I mean, at least you guys watch them, so that's good. All right, so let's go here to I want to check out some polls. Oh, we're gonna check out some member polls here. I put up a poll yesterday. Oh, the short's doing good. Oh, you know what? All right, if you guys didn't see the short, let's check it out. I mean, we're on a live. Why not, right?
Quite a few things. And note-taking to me is its most valuable feature. So the big thing about this device to me is the software. Organizational
they're
skills
so hard to
unmatched.
edit. The aspect ratio and trying to pan and zoom on stuff because you want to get a lot in the shot.
Language is very unique.
But you can't.
Their use of the Mobius display with the
small phone aspect ratio.
Right to film, it's just a whole nother ballgame for how writing on a eInk tablet feels. It's totally unique. No one else does anything like it, except for Ratta with their Supernote platform.
I try to make these. I try to take the most entertaining part of my videos and make shorts of them.
That screen.
That's like what I try to do.
Creating ceramic nib pens, which to me are the best pens on
the market. But like I said, if you guys watch the shorts and you guys enjoy the shorts, I will keep on with the shorts. All right. I do want to take a look at the membership though, like I said here. Oh, wow. It's so hard. They make it so like I've got to like send an email to YouTube or Google about the YouTube stuff. It's so bad. Finding information that you want for your channel is like they make it so bad. All right, so let's check this poll out real quick. This is the members poll, so thank you to the members. Just a quick promotion, shameless self promotion right here. Members, if you're not a member of the channel and you're in the chat right now, consider becoming a member. We have quite a few members in the chat right now. It's a 99-cent membership, and you get polls like this one right here that I'm just about to talk about now. Where it kind of dictates what direction the channel goes. So consider doing that if you want to show your support for the channel in any type of way. It's greatly appreciated. But this poll right here I put up the other day where I'm just saying, making a few Manta videos, which one would you all like to see first? If there's something you would like to see that's not in the poll, leave it in the comment. Let's see what topic gets the most mentions. So it looks like we have 8 votes right now, and the majority that's winning is how screen size matters beyond the size. Second runner up, we got screen background brightness comparison and eInk line quality comparison in last place there. Let's see if we can check those. We can check those comments out here in later on in the show. But that's one of the ways I like to involve the members of the channel. And that will be the one I put out. So I'm gonna go ahead and end that today. If you haven't voted and you want to vote, go ahead and get your vote in on that, and we'll get that ended, and I'll start working on that video. Another poll I put up was just for the members was a live stream poll. So basically, I was asking. This is a crew only post. Thinking about the live stream initially, I wanted to learn how to do it and see if there was an audience. I believe there is, and now I want to see what direction you think we should take it. I started just by coming on and talking about whatever the hot eInk news was. Slowly, I started trying to organize it more and have prepared stories and topics that cover more than eInk. So here's what I want to know. What direction would you like to see the live stream go? You can also leave any variation you like in the comments. Thanks, everyone, and see you tomorrow. And tomorrow's today. So look, what do we got here? So 50%, and we got 10 votes on this one. 50% of the members think we just come on and talk about tech like the beginning, which is what we're doing today. And that's kind of what I wanted to do. So I'm glad people kind of agreed with that. Second up, we got keep evolving into a proper e-ink show, into intro segments and such. Keep evolving into a proper text show, intro segments and such. So those are just some of the ways that the members dictate what direction the channel goes. And I really appreciate you guys that voted on that. Thanks a lot. And that's going to help me decide where I go with the live stream thing here. Because I just literally started this as a way to learn how to live stream. I had no plan in mind. But we're having fun, so I'm doing it. And we're going to keep doing it. So anyway, that's a thing, and I appreciate all of the members. Shout out to the members right here. Let's get an air horn going for all the members. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for all your support, and thank you for all the feedback that you guys give in helping me shape this channel. Okay, so what else do we got here? Something I wanted to pass on. The other day we talked about, well, except all cookies. The other day we were talking about, this is not it. Oh, that's not it either. No thanks. Can I still view the story? Good. All right. So, yeah, the other day I talked about a story where I was like super like confused by. Well, actually, you know what? Let's get to the chat before we keep going here. All right. So, Dr. Ben says I actually bought the Lamy All-Star after you recommended it with the palm nib, and I kind of like it. I am not sure if I like the palm nib, but the pen and especially the button, super great. See, Dr. Ben, your sentiments are exactly my sentiments when I bought it. I thought, perfect pen, trash nib, too slippery. But it's the best you can get that's not felt to me. The felt is just, I don't like it. Sound, feel, nothing. How it wears down, I don't like anything about the felt. So you have the same sentiments I had, which is why I went with the ceramic nib. When I started, I made a video on my channel where I tested 4 different nibs on 5 different surfaces. It was like a 20 sample video. So I did 20 samples of the writing field, how it looked, how it sounded, with sound samples. Super underrated video. Maybe I need to change the thumbnail and the title on that. Maybe to get some more love if I do that. But anyway, that video chronicles my journey in trying to find what nib I wanted to go with and what surface it felt the best on. And I settled on ceramic. CJ says shorts don't pay. They don't. That's why I was like, is it worth doing the shorts? The subscription numbers don't support it. The monetary value don't support it. But if people enjoy them and they're getting something out of it and it drives some traffic to the channel, then I think it might be worth it. Max says, I have 20 plus videos, but only one short. But you know what I try to do? What I try to do is I take every video and I try to make at least one short from every video. Typically, I get tons of shorts. This last video I did, I got 6 shorts from that video. Like I cut out 6 portions of it that I thought were interesting enough to live on their own. And that's what I try to do. I'll take a portion out of a video that I think is funny or that I think that could entertain standing on its own, and that the majority of people won't see because most people don't get to the end of the video or even to the middle of videos. You'd be surprised to see how far people get into videos. Not very. Not very. So I try to take out some of the gold and the gems that's at the end of the video and the middle of the video. I try to cut those out and turn those into shorts so people can actually see them. All right, so what do we got else here? Doc says, Max, what is your channel name? His channel name is his name, I think. Yep. I recently subscribed to Max. Max do some serious work on his channel, man. When you watch Max's channel, you feel like you need to go do some homework. you feel like you got to go study some stuff. Dan says, how screen size matters. That's what she said. Ooh, that is what she said. That's the one we're going to do. That's the video we're going to do first. BM, I watch everything you do. Your channel is amazing. Keep up the good work. Thanks, BM. I really appreciate it. It's greatly appreciated. Max says, functional doc, just my name. Doc says, thanks, Max. Mr. Ben, oh darn, I'll check that video out. Haven't seen that nib video yet. Matter of fact, let's go look at the name. We'll check that out right now, actually. Since we got the videos, we got the interwebs here. We might as well check it out. So this is the video right here. Oh boy, maybe. Oh man. Okay, there we go. All right, so here we go. I got tons of videos. But that video is super underrated. Like I said, I think I might need to change the thumbnail on that video. Yep, you know, I definitely need to change the thumbnail because I can't even find it. Oh, no, maybe it's down here. Oh, no. Oh, here we go. Best eInk writing setup. I definitely need to change this name. That's not a descriptive title at all. This is terrible as far as titling. Straight terrible. So I need to change the title. But this is the video though. So I do tons of like tests on different surfaces. And it's like I got tons of chapters on here. So any combination you want to see, you can just kind of skip right to that chapter. So for the palm and plastic on the A6X2, you can skip right there, and then I show you how it looks.
Really hard
the sound is really good because I have a microphone sitting right there collecting the sound. So the sound is really good.
It's really precise too.
This is an awesome video.
Really precise.
Like this video definitely deserves more love. I'm not gonna lie. I think I should change the name and the dude. That dude looks so young right there. It
feels really good.
Holy cow! How old was I in that video?
Draws dark lines.
I was at least 6 months younger.
Digs into the screen like it should.
All right, that's it. That's the video right there, you guys. And that video, like I said, just it doesn't get enough love. It doesn't get enough love. Let's go back to the chat before we continue on here. Max says, in theory, the script has an AI that would create a short from your video project if you use it. What? I would use that for my lives. I wouldn't trust AI to pull out the gold that I be finding in my videos. Like, I don't trust AI to know what I think is funny. But I would totally trust it to go through all my live content and pull out what it thinks is the good content and make posts of it. That would be awesome. Good morning, brother. How's it going, Larry? Jay, how's it going? Let's get the air horns going for Larry and Jay, who just joined us. Let's get the air horns going for you guys. Welcome to the show, you guys. I appreciate you joining us. What are we talking about here? I learned that Reddit has an AI tool that no one told me about. I learned that today. Well, I didn't learn that today, but we went through that today. We asked some questions. It was a good experience. I dug it. I don't know how the chat feels about it, but I'm feeling it. I'm feeling that Reddit search chat bot thing. Whatever we want to call it, the AI search. I'm digging it. Anything better than their normal search is going to be good for me. Like anything better than anything doing above and beyond what they do now normally, which is almost zero, I'm good with. What else we got here on the docket here? Oh yeah, so we were talking about. Let's get back to what we were talking about here before I got sidetracked with the chat. The other day I mentioned a security. Well, I mentioned how the whoa, where are we at here? Wow. Why? There we go. All right. The other day I was talking about how I thought it was odd that the U.S. government, the FBI was like, yeah, encouraging the American public to use encrypted communications like Signal, WhatsApp. Any iPhone to iPhone is encrypted as well. I don't think that the new Google message I don't think RCS is encrypted. The Android messaging standard. I don't think it's encrypted. But anyway, I know the iPhone messaging standard, the iMessage standard is encrypted. So I thought it was interesting how the government was telling everyone to use encrypted communications because of this this threat from this hacker group, this China-based hacker group. And they were like, I've been listening to like podcasts talk about it like crazy. That's been all over the news. Like people have been talking about how real it is, how real these hackers have gotten and how good they've gotten at cracking our telecommunications communications. Yeah, that was a thing. But then I saw that they were going to be investigating one of the most mainstream router makers. Again, along the same lines as the telecommunications hackers. This is a group using TP. Who is this? TP-Link, using TP-Link routers and USB adapters to go after people's information. So it looks like the U.S. officials are investigating potential national security risks tied to the telecom company founded in China, whose internet routers are used by millions, and multiple sources are familiar with the matter told CNN. And so this is CNN reporting, and that China-based internet router maker is TP-Link. Now, I thought this was super interesting, and this caught my radar for one good reason. That computer that you see behind you back there, that's connected to that monitor that shines the bright sunlight on us in the morning, that lets us know whether it's a sunny day or a cloudy day. The computer that's connected to that monitor is my gaming PC. Now, when I first moved to Philadelphia, I had a roommate, and like I don't know, I'm weary. I'm weary of people sometimes. And I started having internet problems, and I was like, my roommate hacked my computer or did something to my computer, put a malware on. This dude was super computer savvy. And I was like, why was I rooming with someone I didn't trust? I don't know. But I didn't. I don't know. I just felt like I couldn't trust the guy. But anyway, I got out of there ASAP. But anyway, my computer had a virus on it for a very long time. And I just kind of dealt with it because I wasn't using it like that. And I was kind of moving around a lot, trying to get situated here in Philadelphia. So it wasn't like something I was doing a lot. Gaming wasn't something I was doing a lot of when I first moved here. So I wasn't that concerned. But over time, it got worse. And when I got solidified in where I wanted to be, I started looking into the problem of the virus, right? And then I realized, okay, I started running my antivirus. I started doing everything I knew that could search for viruses and get rid of it. Peter Kuhn, good morning. How you doing? What's the 1984 for? But anyway, I started searching my computer for viruses when I got settled and situated in Philadelphia, because I wanted to start gaming. I could not figure out what was going on. None of my antivirus software was going on. I did a full wipe, a fresh install. Like not like the trash that people do nowadays where they go online, the computer does everything for them. No. I downloaded the operating system, Windows 11, to a thumb drive, nuked the hard drive, every one of them, then did the fresh install from the USB drive. George Orwell. I'm still not getting it. Somebody help me. But anyway, did the fresh install, right? Installed all my software, video games. Took days. I mean, if you're a gamer and you download games and you have to do a fresh install, you know the pain. You know the pain I'm talking about. No one wants to do that. But I did it because I wanted to get my game on. So I do it. Nuke everything, reinstall all my games. I'm telling you, I got a terabyte drive full of games. You think that was easy? It wasn't. I'm here to tell you it wasn't easy. So I do that. Download all my games back before I test anything because I'm just like, it's going to work, right? I nuked everything. The virus has got to be gone. There's nowhere it can hide. Everything's gone. I burned everything down to the ground and rebuilt it. So then I put all my stuff back in, install all my software, and I go to start trying to play my games again. The virus pops up. The same situation and circumstances were happening that happened before I nuked it. I'm like, what the crap, man? I just destroyed everything on that computer. How does it have the same virus? I took everything out of that computer, one by one, all the everything that was plugged up to it, nuked it again. This time, though, I didn't connect it to the internet at all. I didn't even plug my internet adapter up to the computer. It went virus-free for days. Nothing happened. No abnormal behavior, nothing. As soon as I put that internet adapter back in, though, and got on the internet again, bam, problems. With my firewall, with everything going. I'm like, wow. So now I knew that it was the adapter. Went to Amazon, bought me another adapter, nuked my computer again, installed all my software again. So this is probably the 4th time I did it in a row. Then I get on the internet with the new adapter. Everything's fine. No problems whatsoever. I realized it was the adapter. The adapter had malware on it. So when I saw this story, I go and check the adapter. Lo and behold, it's a TP-Link adapter. So I have firsthand experience with this security like vulnerability that the TP-Link Corporation is like either it is baked into their software these days or their security isn't up to snuff as it should be. And it looks like I did some preliminary research digging in this story, and it looks like what the problem is that they don't patch their security holes in a timely manner. It's like they don't care about them. And then for me, if you don't care about your security holes and you don't patch them like you should be, you're working with the hackers. Like you're just like, oh, we'll leave the door open for you. There's a door there. It looks closed, but if you kick it, if you just touch it, it'll open. We'll leave it. We'll leave that back door open for you. There's a guy with a red hat on inside the door. Ignore him. Ignore that red-hatted guy. I'm just like, wow. I had firsthand experience with this whole situation that's being talked about in the news. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. If I lost anybody, my bad. If you're just joining us, I went on a rant just now about TP-Link and my whole experience with me having to destroy my computer like 4 times over just to realize what was going on. Okay, let's get to the chat. Jay, Max, I'm guessing you're Swiss and from somewhere in Eastern Europe. Either way, I like how you made your AI voice sound like a guy from Mississippi. Me too. I love that. But you know what's funny? He sounds like a guy that I listen to. Max's AI voice sounds like a guy who I watch on YouTube. His name is I forget his name, but he does Star Citizen videos. Star Citizen is a spaceship video game, but he does videos on that video game, and he sounds just like that AI dude, but it's him talking, but he's like but he doesn't normally sound that way. He puts on that accent, he puts on like a country Southern Mississippi accent just for his video game videos, because he doesn't talk with an accent normally. All right. So let's get back to the chat. Max says Texas rules. Austin, Texas does rule. Austin, Texas is like the new tech hub right now. Austin, Texas is beating out Seattle and not San Fran. Was San Fran one of the tech hubs? I think San Fran was one of the tech hubs. Not no more. Austin, Texas is definitely a tech hub right now. Doc says, leave the door open and send my crypto payment. For real. For real, Doc. BM, we don't use TP unsure. Best Unbuy doesn't sell them. Unsure Best Buy doesn't sell them. Yeah, I'm not sure Best Buy sells them either. CJ says, investigating because I have a TP-Link security camera plugged in only when we're away from home. I have to be careful with it. Yeah, definitely. Look into if any one of you guys. That's why I brought this up, because I wanted to make people aware of what was going on with the TP-Link software. If you're having problems with your TP-Link gear, there may be a very valid reason for that. Like, I'm never buying another TP-Link. And if this investigation goes through, they may be on the same list that Huawei's on. If this investigation finds that they have been negligent in their upkeep with their security patching, or if they find to be in cahoots with the people who are doing the hacking, they might find themselves in the same situation as Huawei. So I'm not sure when this investigation is happening. Let's check it out here. Now I need an AI tool. Now I need an AI tool, like in the browser. Do I have an AI tool in the browser? I don't have an AI tool in the browser. This is a huge miss, Google. It's a huge miss. I want to be able to just, I just want to be able to say, hey, summarize this article for me so I can glean some information. Holy wait, Jay, you a Star Citizen fan? We got a link up, bro. Dan, you a Star Citizen fan? Whoa, we got a link up, bro. I have the 300i, but I also have the Freelancer and a couple more ships. I'm a fanatic. I'm sick with this Star Citizen thing. I need to stop. That will definitely happen if it turns out TP-Link was somehow allowing or collaborating with hackers. Yeah, it looks like at the very least they were just leaving the door open for hackers. But to me, that's enough. That's enough. That is enough. I'll keep an eye on this story, chat. I'll keep an eye on this story for you, and I'll pass on information as it comes. But yeah, I thought that was super interesting. Since we're on these lines about people getting banned, TikTok. What do we think, chat? Is TikTok going to be banned? Is TikTok actually going to be banned? I mean, we're coming up on January here. I think the deadline is January 11th. Let's take a look here. Supreme Court to consider TikTok ban. Justice to hear oral arguments next month, days before ban is supposed to take effect. So the ban is supposed to take effect on the 11th. Let's go to the chat real quick before we continue on this story here. Ooh, I wasn't even showing the story. My bad, chat. This is the story from the Wall Street Journal. Supreme Court to consider TikTok ban. And this was on the 18th. All says, God, I hope so. Dan says, more of an MMO game player. I love MMOs. That's how I got, you know what? I've always been an RPG player. I'm a big RPG fan since back in the days of The Secret of Mana. Final Fantasy 3, aka Final Fantasy 1 here in America. Always been a big RPG fan. Got into MMORPGs because of the online aspect. I haven't looked back. It's my favorite genre. BM says all those Armada are in question now. Yeah. Dan says, I hope so. My grandkids won't get off. All says, what will come first? Boox, Note Max, or TikTok ban? And that's what we're going to talk about. Oh, TP is Armada. Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah, the whole company should be in question now. If that's a thing. Like I said, when I found that out and I realized that my router, my little adapter that definitely had malware on it was TP-Link, I'm like, oh my God, they got me. They got me. For over a year, I had that problem because I just wasn't concerned. I was moving, getting myself situated, and that was enough. I just wasn't concerned for a long time. How's it going? Good morning. That's good day. All right, so but the TikTok ban, and that's kind of what I want to talk about. What does it look like? If they do ban TikTok, though, what would that look like? If they banned any app right now, does it just shut off today? Let's just say today is the day. Today's the 19th. Let's just say the ban takes place today. What do we think happens? Do we think the servers turn off? Do we think people just try to log into TikTok and it's just nothing happens? What do we think happens there? I think that's an interesting conversation to be had. Like, what do we think happens to TikTok if the ban were to happen today? I don't think the server shut off. As a matter of fact, I think the ban only affects the updates. Well, and people downloading the app. Because the ban really isn't a TikTok ban on the company, right? It's a ban on the app stores who have the app on their stores. So it's ultimately up to the app stores, right, to pull the app. What if Apple says, nah, we want it to stay on our app store. We'll take the fine. By the way, the fine is $5,000 per day per person. I mean, initially when I heard the story, I thought, well, some companies might absorb that cost. Maybe Apple could absorb the cost with whatever revenue they get from having TikTok on the store, if they get any at all. But at $5,000 per user per day, at that rate, nobody can sustain that. Let's go to the chat here. We got Lao says there are some countries that shut down sites regularly. Apps, though, and like in this situation, though, like I said, because it really isn't against ByteDance, the company that owns TikTok. It's really against the app stores. They're like, listen, stop having this app on here, or we're fining you for not obeying the law. Lao says access to their service becomes blocked. You have to use VPNs to access. The problem, yes, okay, cool. The problem with that, though, becomes how do you get updates, Lao? Even if you do a VPN and you can access the servers, the updates would still have to come from whoever the app store is, right? Am I thinking about this wrong? Am I thinking about that situation wrong? I actually wanna yeah, it'll still connect to a server of some kind, but the server that you connect to for the actual service isn't the server that feeds you the updates. So I agree that you could still access the servers even with a VPN, but as far as getting updates, you know what I mean? Like if they add new features to the app, how do you get those? Or security updates for that matter. Because that's handled through the app stores, right? The app itself would be blocked. So that's the thing. That's the thing with this. That's the thing with this particular story. This story is that the app store would be blocked because like I said, it's not ByteDance that's being attacked here. It's the app stores that are being this ban is being levied against. They're telling the app stores, hey, you can't. Wow, let's find a story somewhere else. There we go. We'll do this. We'll do the CNN. So the app stores won't be able to push the updates or have the app. So people who have the app already will be able to keep them. But the people who want the app who don't have it won't be able to get it, for one. And the people who already have the app who want to update it won't be able to update it, which means whatever new features they come out with won't be able to used. Yeah, people. Yep, same thing happened with Flappy Birds. They removed it from the App Store. People were still able to use it, but it couldn't get updates. You couldn't update it. So as long as you had it on the phone, it was fine. And that made phones valuable because people couldn't get the app anymore, right? You couldn't get updates anymore because those came from the App Store. People started selling phones with the actual app on it, and people were like, "Okay, well, I'll sell this phone for $500. The phone's worth $60, but it's got Flappy Birds on it, so now it's worth $300 or $500." Yeah. They were selling phones. They were like, oh, the phone has the app because you couldn't download it. And that's what I think is going to happen to this TikTok thing. It'll still be there for people to use. You won't be able to update the app and you won't be able to download it if you don't have it. But you will still be able to use the app for months, I think, after this ban goes into play, if it goes into play at all. That's if it goes into play. So I take it my audience is not TikTok users. I think I have a TikTok account. I don't use TikTok though. Doom scrolling is the bane. I'm trying to stay away from it. I do enough of that on YouTube. I can imagine what it would be like on TikTok. All right, so that's that. We got a few people in the chat right now. Out of the people that's in the chat right now, let's get into some eInk news. How many people have the A5X2 right now? Oh, Manta. How many people have the Manta and like it, or have a problem with it? We liking it, we loving it, we having issues with it. I'm gonna share my experiences with the device in some videos, and a lot of videos I'm gonna put out. I'm gonna put out a bunch of short videos, you guys. Just a bunch of short topical videos on one singular topic, like a 3-minute video, 4-minute video, just a bunch of those on singular topics. What are we thinking about that? Good idea. We like short topical videos. Going to the chat here, it says Manta on order. Brian says on order. Max says I have 2 Mantas now. It's a fabulous device. I'm not going to talk about what I like about the size right now. I think I mentioned it in another live. So if you know, you know. But I'm putting it in a video that I'm making here today. All right, so how am I enjoying the Manta compared to the Nomad? I don't even use the Nomad anymore, bro. BM says I'm waiting for it. That's my issue. Peter says order the Manta December 12th in the evening. Hasn't been shipped yet. I'm in Canada. You know what? When the Manta first released, I told people it's going to be hard to get one of these things after a couple weeks after launch. I remember what the Nomad launch was like, and with the problems they were having with just getting this thing out, I knew it was going to be as bad, if not worse, for getting one. Like after Christmas for the new year, it's gonna be tough getting one of these things. Do you think they will add a split screen to Manta? Absolutely. They definitely will add a split screen. Order Manta December 12th. Okay, that's the same thing. They're definitely adding one to it. So it looks like people are having. It looks like I'm not the only person having an issue. Not an issue, but who took issue with those teeth that are on the outside of the outside edges of the tablet that don't really hook on to any latches. They just kind of are guide rails essentially. I don't have a problem with that now. It was kind of off-putting when I first saw it. I didn't like how that was implemented, you know. But then I thought, okay, what would happen if they weren't there? That portion of the folio would just kind of move around, right? The ends would kind of just move around if those posts weren't there to steady it. So you need something there. But then I started to think, why wouldn't they want it to latch? So we realize it's there for a reason. So it keeps the folio level on the ends. But why not make it a latch? What's the purpose for not having it latch? And then I realized they thought about it. They knew that they needed something to keep it level. So a post at those locations were definitely needed. I'm gonna do a whole video on the folio, kind of explaining this whole reasoning here. So those posts were definitely needed, and they don't latch for good reason. They don't latch because that adds more friction to a situation that already has enough friction. When you push that folio into the device, let's go grab that folio real quick. Be right back. How you like that Be Right Back music? That's flaw. You know, I need to take that Be Right Back music out. What do we think, chat? Keep the Be Right Back music in for short moments when I'm just like going to get something and coming back. or no music, because I feel like it's just too. Sometimes the Be Right Back is too short to warrant music, so maybe I'll cut the music out. Let me know. All right, so this is what I'm thinking about. This is what I'm thinking about the Folio here now. Oh, excuse me, I gotta sneeze. Maybe I don't. Oh, I hate that. I feel like I got a sneeze, but not thing. Oh, someone help me. Send help. I need it. All right, so this is what I was thinking right here. So I'm like, okay, if the posts weren't there, let's just think about it. So if the posts weren't there, this would move around this way, right? So if I were to do this and the posts weren't there, this would move. The folio itself would move in that location. But since the post is there, it doesn't move. Perfect. I get that. So it needs to be there. We're good to go. So you guys seem to think the music is nice, even for short breaks. Cool. I'll leave it there. So the post has to be there. So when I realized that, I'm like, okay, cool. I dig it. Pixel Lee's just dropped a 101 video on the Supernote. Awesome. We're gonna have to go check Pixel Lee's video out. Thanks, DH. I appreciate you. You know what's funny? I'm not gonna lie to you guys. When I saw this, I thought of Pixel Lee's. I was like, I don't know why that reminded me of, I've never seen her. I just seen her hand and wrist in videos. I've never seen this person's face before. But I imagine this is what she looks like. I don't know why I have that imagination in my head. I do, though. And I also think that she's the person who drew this. I have nothing behind that. I have no evidence to support that. That's not even a theory. That's just me saying some stuff. But I did think it. And you guys know, if I think it, I'm probably going to say it. So there you go. All right. So now that I realize the posts are there for a very good reason, now I'm like, okay, why don't they latch? Okay. And this is why I think they don't latch. Because this mechanism, and I hate that. Think about, it would be so much harder. Let's look at it this way. It would be so much harder to push this folio inside of the device if every point, which is 4 points, it's got one post right here, 2 posts in the middle right here, and 1 post at the end. Every point would have to slide against a latch and then latch. That's 4 points of friction versus only 2 points of friction. So this post serves the purpose of keeping it aligned when you're trying to put it in, for one, keeping it in place when the folio is actually there, and 3, it doesn't have to latch. Well, it could latch, but they don't have it latch because that would add to the friction that it takes to push this inside of the actual device to get it to snap. It's really light and easy to do it now. And removing, the only thing you need to do is get those posts right there out, and these will just come out. So that's another thing I like about it as well. Because if this last one latched right there, it would make pulling this thing out. I mean, it's a cumbersome situation right now. And I think I'm having a hard time getting this back in here because we don't have 8 atmospheres of barometric pressure in here, or barometric pressure. We need 8 atmospheres, and I think we only have 6 in this room. So that's why I had a hard time there for a second. But we're good now. But yeah, when you're pushing this in to get it to snap, less friction is better. And if all of these latched, that would just add more friction to that process, which would make it less seamless. So that's why I think they don't latch, just so you can make that latching mechanism or that latching process seamless and a lot less with a lot less friction. But they have the post there because that serves the purpose of keeping things aligned. So, I talked crap about that in the beginning. And maybe there's a better way to do it, but at the very least, I understand why they did it the way that they did it on here. And it satisfies my 2 curiosities: why it doesn't latch and why it's there in the first place if it's not going to latch. So there we go. Let's go to the chat real quick. DH, there is something comfy about both the photo and pixel. Absolutely. Like when I watch her channel, I feel like I need a cup of tea and like, I don't know, a yoga mat. Like I feel like I should be sitting crisscross applesauce on a yoga mat with tea. And I feel like I shouldn't even be watching it on an LCD. I feel like I should be watching it on an eInk display. That's the feeling I get when I watch Pixel Lee stuff. She makes good videos. I love her. All right, so Mr. Ben says, does it feel like it can come loose in a bag? Absolutely not. This is solid, Dr. Ben. It's absolutely solid. Like I said, these ends, you know, are it is what it is. But this thing will not come apart. It's solid. Once that latch is in place, they did a good job on the latch. Whatever latching mechanism they got in here, I almost want to do a tear down of one, just to destroy one of these things and see what they did in here. Maybe. But the latch mechanism they have in here does a very good job. So you won't have a problem with this Folio case coming out at all. Like I said, I'm appreciating this Folio a lot more than I did in the beginning. But I'm glad to see people are enjoying their devices though. All says Apple Watch strap design would be better, I think. Oh, how they slide it into place. And that's what they did to their other folios. The older A5X folio or device had that kind of slide in material in a groove kind of mechanism. DA says a rail system would be great. Hopefully this holds up. Yeah, a rail system would be great, just like I said, how they did on A5X. All right, let's check out YouTube. Let's see what Pixel Leaves did. Let me put my headphone in. You guys with it? You guys want to check out a Pixel Leaves video? Pixel Leaves video real quick. Let's see what we got here. Oh wow. Okay. Whoa. This is good. So she did a 8-minute video. Let's go back to that. She's got an 8-minute video up. New Supernote. Now what? Word. I like it. Ooh, she's got a digital and analog journal. Pixel Leaf pages. Oh, whoa. Okay. I gotta check that out. Anybody know anything about that? Throw it up in the chat for me. Doc says I need to get my tea. Word. Listen, I don't have tea right now. My yoga mat, see that blue thing right there? I'm not gonna sit on that yoga mat. All right, I want to point the coffee at it. That blue mat right there. Bam. That's my yoga mat right there. And we got coffee. Yoga mat and coffee. No yoga mat and tea. And I'm not at crisscross applesauce right now, but I am pretty comfy. So let's go ahead and do it. Kurt says, let me grab my tea and my mat. All right, let's check it out. Let's see what we got here.
In this video, I'll walk you through the settings that I would change in a brand new Supernote to get it ready.
Hold on, Chad. Let me get my sound correct. I want to hear. All right, there we go.
And explain a few possibly confusing items. For this video, I'll be using an A5X2 Manta, but the same thing should apply to the A6X2 Nomad. So after the initial setup and connecting to Wi-Fi and all that, you should have a nice blank note. And first thing I'll do here is change a few things.
Chill out. Chat, do we notice something different here? What's different? What's different here? Something I've never seen before. I just saw. I'll give the chat a minute to respond. We'll keep going until we get some responses. What's different here? I spy.
On the toolbar. The first is I changed these 3 items to my most used pens. I personally like to have one in black, one in dark gray, and a highlighter. You can see the icon changes, so you can easily see and change between your favorite pen options while you're writing. Next thing is to change this icon, which is a hand pointing with one finger by default.
I think they need more options right here. There we go. That's what's different. All hit the nail on the head. I've never seen her wear nail polish before. That's new. Look at you getting fancy, Pixel Leaves. Getting fancy on them. You go, girl. You go, girl. Let's get it.
These are the options for what triggers.
What I was saying was that I wish they had more options for this no touch, not no touch, but the touch limiting features. They need more touch limiting features. Like I need a feature on there that takes away all touch. I don't want anything to respond to touch at all. Like give me that. Give me a don't touch anything thing. I need it.
It's page turns, whether it's swiping with one or two fingers or just turning, swiping off altogether. Although turning this off does remove the possibility of accidentally turning a page with your hand, it's really annoying to have to use the buttons or whatever to turn pages.
I would say I would make that sacrifice. Yes, they are. Absolutely.
So I like setting this to 2 finger swipes, which cuts down on accidental turns while still making page turning convenient. Next, I go into the 3 dots on the toolbar, then preferences, and I actually leave these settings at the default ones, but I do turn anti-aliasing on. What that does is slightly smooth out your writing after you write. It does use a little processing power, but I find that Supernote's way of doing this is
garbage. Garbage.
Is not as overzealous as some other tablets that smooth out way too much.
Their anti-aliasing is garbage. Boox does such a good job with their anti-aliasing. That's one thing Supernote does not do well. It's better than nothing, maybe, but is that little bit worth the time that it takes to do it, right? Yeah, I don't know. If it looked better, maybe I'd be on board.
I like to leave it on just to make my writing a little bit smoother and neater. Next, also after tapping on these 3 dots, I go into gesture settings. And for these settings too, I mostly leave on the defaults. There's just whether you can show or hide the page number independently of the toolbar, and a gesture you can use to go back instead of a back button. But I make sure to switch this option to hide the exit full screen button.
What? Why? Why, Pixel Leaves? Why do you hide my most valued button? Why do you do it? Tell me.
So the exit full screen button refers to this little icon here in the corner. That's a way to make the toolbar show again after you've hidden it. But since I just use the double finger tap to do that, I prefer hiding it.
See, that's one of the things that I differ, right? I love that button being down there. You guys see that? The hide UI button at the bottom left of the screen? I love that button. It keeps you know how inconsistent that double tap is? Like, I don't care what nobody says. And by the way, if you're tapping on the Manta screen, I don't care what you're doing, whether you're using the keyboard, whether you're tapping an icon, a menu element, it doesn't matter. If you're using your finger to tap anything on the Manta, you're going to have a problem. I don't want, and double tapping, forget it. You can forget that. This thing registering a double tap, very rarely. Very rarely. I love the hide button. It beats having to figure out the double tap. Like, it didn't do it. It didn't do it. You ain't got to worry about that with that button right there. You can just hit that button with your pen. The pen never misses. Their pen input is spot on. Perfect. It's the finger input that's not good. They need to fix that. I'm not the only person that says that. I think everyone who unboxed that thing, who used the keyboard to put their password into their Wi-Fi, said the same thing. Like every reviewer said the same exact thing. It's horrendous. So anything that keeps me from having to tap with my fingers on the screen, I'm doing it. And that's what that button does. It keeps me from having to double tap on that screen and get frustrated. I take the pen, hit that button, the DUI goes away. That button stays there though, perfect. Because when I want the UI to come back, I take my pen and hit that button. It's convenient. It's confidence inspiring. That double tap, that doesn't inspire confidence at all. I'm so mad. Don't get me started on these gestures. Where's the gesture hammer at? We throwing the gesture hammer at that one. That deserves it. Bam. Like what? All right, so let's continue. Sorry about that small rant there, but man, I love that button.
This way when I
Pixel Leaves, don't you talk bad about that button. You leave that button alone. You leave that button alone.
I have the toolbar and the page number. There's really nothing extra on the page, and I can
That button ain't never hurt nobody.
focus on what I'm doing. Next, let's pull down from the top. So this is the quickest way to toggle your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and auto-rotate. And there are some other options here, but we can also click through to the device settings. The first item in the settings is where you can sign up for a Supernote account or sign into one if you have one, but it's not really necessary to use the device.
I love that. I love that it's not necessary to have an account to use the device. It's not necessary to be on Wi-Fi to use the device. You never have to get on the internet to update. I love that. That to me that's one of those things. It's the little thing, right? Little. You know what's so funny? It's a little thing I don't even use, but I love that it's there. I love that that's what they're thinking. You know what I'm saying? Love that. Dan says her settings are superior. No one pushed the button today, Kurt, but I'm telling you. Listen, if Pixel Leaves say one more thing about that button, I'm leaving her a comment. Oh, whoa.
The next item is where you can sign into things like Google Drive so you can sync your documents. I personally like using
I think I'll leave
Google
a comment
Drive,
anyway
but
after the video.
I'll sign into mine off camera, of course. Same for signing into my Wi-Fi.
Like, surprise, you're on candid camera.
Under my device, but more options here under display and input. You can change the font size of the interface.
Surprise, you're on the live today.
I actually usually like it a little smaller, but I'll keep it at standard for this video to make it easier to see on camera. I like to go into languages and add.
You know she don't wear glasses. Because she was like, oh, I prefer mine to be smaller. But we'll keep it on standard for you oldies out there who can't see for this video. That would be me. Let's go to the chat real quick before we get back to the video. Dan says, to each their own, Rod. Calm down. You're going to have a heart attack. Listen, man, I'm passionate about my buttons. Rod is the rant in RAT. For real. Jay, had to drop for work. Back now. Oh, Jay, you missed it. Dan says her settings are superior. They are. She's very good. She's making me want to do a settings video. Like watching her do it is like making me excited and inspiring me to do one myself. Somebody push Rod's buttons. Pixel Leaves. She talked about my button. She didn't push it. She talked about the button. She antagonized the button. It's all good though. I think ghosting is generally better on Carter 1300 than other devices. I never see ghosting on these Manta reviews. Yeah, the ghosting is good or better. Not as bad on the 1300 for sure. All right, let's get back.
Any other languages that I know or I'm studying under language for handwriting recognition.
Dan says, how do I know she's not wearing contacts? Because even if you wear contacts, you're not going to put it to the, you know what I'm saying? Like if you have an eye thing at all, you're not putting anything at the lowest setting. I don't care how good your glasses are. You're just not going to do it. I know she don't wear glasses. Let me stop saying that. My brother would say, you stop saying you know some. I don't know.
And for the keyboards.
I have a strong opinion that she does, I think. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Well, wait a minute. I can't see anything. All right, there we go.
This makes...
And you know what I like too? I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm not gonna hold you. Pixel Leaf has some of the best music on YouTube. She's got some of the best music on YouTube. When I search for music, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I search for music, I try to find music that matches the vibe that Pixel Leaves sets in her videos. I don't quite get there. I don't quite make it. I got more of a jazzy vibe going on. She's got more of a lo-fi vibe, which I love. I love her lo-fi vibe. But I'll be looking for music that matches that vibe. I hope I'm doing a good job, Pixel Leaves. I hope I'm doing you proud with my music selection. I try.
It's easier to type accents if needed and helps with handwriting conversion, for instance. Here I'm adding French and Portuguese.
Of course you are, because you know multiple languages. All Pixel Leaves. She knows multiple languages. She's a Supernote aficionado. She probably has a Tesla or a Leaf or a Bolt. She probably has all three.
You don't actually have to look under calibration unless you're having problems with the non-contact writing. So that's when your pen is writing without touching the screen. It's nice to know in case that happens to you, you can try to fix it via software here. The Lamy side button setting also only applies.
Lamy button side settings. Where you Lamy at, Pixel? Where you Lamy? I think she's got a few Lamys, so I won't hold it against her.
If you're using a pen with a side button, even if it's something like the Kindle Scribe Premium pen, for instance, it just lets you choose if that side button triggers an eraser or a lasso tool. Going back under gestures, you can choose your handedness and also set the gesture for activating the lasso and...
You can also set the gesture. Can we Pixel? We can set the gestures, can we? We can do that. What a gesture hammer at? We can do that. Just, is that what we can do? Oh, how do I send this? I put mad hammers in the chat. How do I send it? Oh, how do I? Oh, it won't let me send it. It's like you put too many of those in there. We won't let you send that. Oh, I can send one though. Oh, that sucks. I wanted to spam the gesture hammer. Why won't it let me? Let's go to the chat real quick before we finish up with this video. Dan says, how do you think well, I think we can't cover that already. Everyone's laughing at me. I don't know why everyone's laughing at me. The Force is telling Rod she doesn't wear glasses. Absolutely. My spidey senses are telling me she does not wear glasses. There's no way she's going to put that to the smallest setting and she wears glasses or contacts of any kind. Jay said she recommended Kindle Scribe in a video a few months ago, so now I'm skeptical of her because I'm a Scribe hater. I'm a Scribe hater too. Don't feel bad, man. Dan says, hey, I add Italian and Spanish to mine. Look, I think people who know multiple languages are just smarter. Like, I only know one language. Like, I don't even know English all that well, but I'm still learning it. So learning another language is not in the cards for me. I tried to learn Japanese. I did learn Japanese for a short time, but I didn't use it at all, so I kind of lost it. Kurt says she has a tea leaf. telling her all the answers. DH, for normies, a scribe is fine. Most people can't handle the complexity. Yeah. Jay, the Supernote default push-up pen is still the GOAT for basic pens from any OEM, though. Absolutely. Absolutely, Jay. That push-up pen, I think I've said that on multiple occasions, is one of the best. Let's get even with Pixel, for sure. Throw the gesture hammers out there. I call gesture hammer on that gesture talk. Pixel. I throw the gesture hammer on that one.
The eraser. So you have the option to set these to 2 fingers on the screen or 2 fingers on the slide bar opposite your dominant hand. So in this case, it would be the left slide bar since I'm right-handed. I personally like switching being able to just put 2 fingers kind of wherever to activate it.
Yeah, okay. I think you talked about that.
To activate
Dang, I missed it.
So, and I like being able like switching these two.
You can't skip any part of our video. Everything's good.
Than the lasso, and I like being able to just put 2 fingers kind of wherever to activate it. If you forget or don't know what the different gestures do, you can review them in this guide here.
Cool.
Under security, you can turn on password locks if you prefer. If you don't already know what side loading is, don't turn this on. So side loading refers to installing regular Android apps.
Dan, we're going to get to that side loading, bro. I like that idea. We're going to do that side loading on a Supernote. I'm going to do a whole side loading video where I'm just side loading stuff onto every device, but the Supernote will be in that category.
Basically, if you're not actually writing,
okay.
I
want to see her explain this no load shutdown.
An option called no load shutdown is on by default. I really like this feature and leave it on.
Me too.
Basically, if you're not actually writing, like you've set your pen down, the tablet goes into a low power mode, which you can wake it from by starting to write again. I find this generally works pretty well and saves enough battery that I set my auto sleep to something that's pretty long. I take a lot of meeting notes, so sometimes I'm kind of writing on and off, or sometimes I'm using this as reference for something.
I do have a comment on that though.
And when it goes to sleep, it locks screen and I just don't want to keep unlocking it. So it's more convenient if I can just start writing.
Okay, so essentially what she's saying here is that the no load shutdown is allowing her. Oh, so I should do it live? Oh, I mean, I could. You know what? I could do a live demonstration. All right, so essentially what she's talking about here with the no load shutdown is the transparent screensaver is what I like to call them, where the device itself is in a low power mode, but still displaying your information on the screen so you can see it without having to turn it on or turn it off manually. Outlook and OneNote, absolutely. That's going on every device. Outlook and OneNote going everywhere. So, but what I don't like about this no load shutdown is they say it goes into a low power mode. It drains about the same amount of battery. Like there's almost no battery savings when you go into this mode, and that's what you would want, right? You want it to this mode. The benefit is you're saving battery, but still able to see your information. Onyx with their Boox products does it the right way. When you do this on their devices, the device is actually asleep, but still showing you your information. You have to push the button to wake it, right? But I'd much rather that and save battery life than for this to just keep burning through battery and I just be able to like wake it whenever. Because the low power mode, I don't know how low power it is, but it burns through battery like there's no mañana. I don't see any real difference between that mode and if I just left the device on without it going to sleep at all. I really don't. I'm gonna have to do a test with it. I actually did a test on that, but it was a really short test. I'm going to do a whole battery test for like just to see how long the battery lasts with that on and how long the battery lasts with that off. But anyway, I don't see any real gains in that. Although I do use it because I think it's a good idea. I just think it works very well at all. Let's get back to it here.
Auto power off, I like setting to 24 hours or sometimes even never. For system,
never is
I actually
if you're using the no load shutdown
option off.
Never turning off should be an option because you're saving battery all the time, even when it's not off. But in the case of the Supernote, that's not the case. that no load shutdown is not as battery as efficient as it should be. And when I say that in a sense of it's not as battery efficient as it needs to be useful.
And I just manually check when I know an update has been released if it's available to me. So I do the same thing on Boox, tablets, iPhones, other devices, just in case people report issues with an update. That way I can wait for those issues to be resolved before updating my device. Next, under apps,
that's actually smart.
Right now it's
that's actually a smart way to go about that. Can I get that bigger? There we go. That's actually a smart way to go about that. Not having your updates on until everything gets worked out. That could have saved a lot of people some problems back then. I'm a glutton for punishment, so I just take whatever updates come and roll with the punches. But for the majority of people, I think that's a very good idea. Let's go ahead and give this video a like.
There's the Atelier, the Supernote drawing focused app, and also the Kindle app, which is basically a version of Kindle for Android. So if you want to use either of those, just make sure to items up and down. Now these aren't really settings, but the last two tabs are a feedback page here to move items up and down.
Okay, she's talking about just moving items in your
You can remove items you don't use or don't want to see.
Listen, that was a good video. I like that. It inspired me to do some things myself. I'm going to leave a comment here. I'm saying. Surprise, you're on Candid live stream. Did I spell that correctly? Oh, it is now. Okay. All right. All right. Let's look at a comment for her. Let her know we thoroughly enjoyed her her video. Can we see her comment down here? Oh, maybe they're not on. Maybe they're not. Anyway, good video. Good video. All right, what else we got here? Let's see where we're at here right now, chat. That was a good video. Let's go to the chat real quick and see what we got. Dan says, I doubt MS Project would work at all. We'll find out. I can't decide where she's from. Usually I'm pretty good at guessing people's accents, but hers, for some reason, I in my head, I've always imagined her being Taiwanese. Again, in my head, she also looks like the picture on the Supernote, so take that for what it's worth. Now I want to try Project, Dan. Outlook will work fine, I think, but OneNote will have typical bad pen lag on Manta. All says, I always thought Kenya. Really? Africa? Interesting. Dan says, Jay, I have a Nomad sitting in my drawer. Jay, Project doesn't even show up on the Play Store on my Note Air 4C. Project? What's Project? What are we talking about? I'm curious now. Did I miss something in the chat? Somebody catch me up on what Project is. BM says Apple iPad doesn't update for 2 system pass. She definitely has a Apple's. Okay. I access it via web at J. What are we talking about? I want to know. I want to know. Don't leave me out of the loop. All right. What do we got here? What we got next on the docket here, chat? What are we talking about? We did the we did the A5X2 talk. But you know what? Though one more security thing that I wanted to talk about. I think we got that up here. Google Calendar has a security vulnerability that I thought was interesting. We need summary. We need AI summary, chat. Construction software, project management. Oh, okay. Okay, not something I should be concerned about then. Gotcha. Roger that, Dan. Roger that. We need AI summarization, chat. What tool do I need to use for this? How come Google's failing me in this arena? Like why don't I just have an AI thing showing me stuff? All right, let's see if I can just select everything on the page. Nope. Oh. So these are the key points. New research from Checkpoint has revealed how cybercriminals are bypassing email security measures by using Google Calendar and drawings to send seemingly legitimate invites containing malicious links. A study highlighted how cybercriminals are bypassing email security policies that provide flagged malicious calendar invites. So these are going through calendar invites. So, and that's something I've been hearing a lot about lately too. So if you guys have a Google Calendar and you get invites through Gmail for events, definitely make sure you're getting good links. Check your links out. Run your malware software, whatever you have to do. But if you're using Google Calendar and you accept a lot of your meeting events that way, definitely something you want to be concerned about and take a look at. I don't know all the details because I don't really accept that many Google Calendar invites through Gmail. I pretty much do those things myself. I don't trust it to do it itself. But that's the way people are getting this. They're adding events through email to Google Calendar. So be aware if you're using that. I know it's one of those enterprise tools, not enterprise exactly all the way, but enterprise definitely uses Google Calendar. All right, Dan. Hey, take care, Dan. I'll see you later, brother. Have a good day. What else we got here? I think that's it. I think we got through all the options today, chat. I am going to check out some OpenAI stuff before we get out of here, though. So for right now, chat, does anyone in the chat use OpenAI as their AI tool? Oh, there we go. All right, so we're going to go through some OpenAI tools here, just like we did with the Google tools, just to really just like an overview of what they have available in comparison to what the Google tools are, and maybe even Anthropic, which we'll touch on tomorrow. Let's do products. So like I mentioned before, I didn't mention this at all yet. I don't think the ChatGPT 01 or 0.1, I think it's what it's called. Oh, so we got big time ChatGPT users up in here then. That's what's up. eInk clocks. We'll talk about that. That's a good one. eInk clocks is interesting, and eInk weather stations are also very interesting. Dr. Ling says I use it to debug software I develop. All says I use ChatGPT, but the whole AI thing is a mystery to me, to be honest. Which is what I want to shed some light on, some tools that are available this week. So what I want to know though is out of the people that use ChatGPT or help with building resume, chatbots are awesome for that. All of them are really good for that, for sure. Jay says, when are we going to see some stuff you are 3D printing? We're going to talk about this right here. This is one of the things we're going to talk about. We'll talk about this tomorrow, though. We're going to talk about this tomorrow. This show's already going a lot longer than what I thought it was. But yeah, this 3D printing, I'm having a blast. This is the first thing I 3D printed right here. But we'll get to that. Two, we use Ollama and a few open source imaging models at the hospital, but no OpenAI. Okay. Ollama. Was that Llama? Is that the Meta? Is that the Meta AI? I know Meta, their model is called Llama. Llama 2, I think they're up to right now. I might be reading that wrong though, Jay. Let me know. All right, so as far as ChatGPT goes, or as far as OpenAI goes, they have the Sora, which we saw Sora the first day we were talking about this. That was the first video AI tool, text prompt to video AI tool we saw. I tried to get access to Sora. I couldn't though. Let's check it out again. Oh no, this isn't Sora. I'm just logging into stuff. Oh, that is it. Okay. Let's see if we can log in here. Whoa. We don't need to chat knowing that. All right, so looks like we have Get Chat GPT Plus, $20 a month. Get Chat GPT Pro for $200 a month. We don't want either of those right now, you guys. So I can't create videos. Oh, I can. Oh, snap. Okay. So what I want to do, is this is going to be freaky. I don't know if it's going to do it, but it's going to be freaky. Okay. I don't have an active subscription. Okay, so I can't do it. Never mind. All right, so that's one of the tools, using Sora. I don't have access to that for video. Obviously, we know about the chatbot, ChatGPT. And what do we know about 0.1? What do we know about GPT 01? Whoa, no, don't do that. Maybe we can open up GPT 01. OpenAI 01. So from what I understand, 01 just got out of preview. And this is the latest Chat GPT model. If I understand, if I'm getting that wrong and somebody in the chat knows, let me know. But it looks like GPT 01 is their latest model, and it just got out of preview. Oh, my bad. but I'm not sure what the updates are. I honestly thought they would have like a page of products that you could just kind of like go through and look at, but that's not what's happening here. The updated OpenAI O1 system card builds a product. Well, we don't care about the system card. Let's look at products. So we have Sora and ChatGPT. So those are the two products. What about the agents? What about the live chat? O1 has advanced reasoning, but for now, I think it doesn't have access to internet. I think it does now. I think it has access to the internet now, Max. I think that's what they just added to the O1. Their products just aren't well laid out for me to know what they have and what I could use. So as far as my knowledge goes for OpenAI, it's the chatbot, which I've used extensively since the beginning, since they've launched it. I can't use Sora, obviously. That's not available. I did sign up to use their agents. What I don't see the agents here though, so I'm not sure whatever became of that. So so DALL-E is their image, the image creator, right? Okay, so we're getting there. So here are all it looks like this is all their, it says latest advancements, but I mean, if they have more products than this, I don't know of them. So DALL-E is their image creator. I know that. Sora is their video creator from prompts. So you can create video from prompts with that. DALL-E, you can create images from prompts with that. GPT-4o is their chatbot model. The Mini, I'm assuming, is their mobile version. And the GPT-4o is maybe their bigger enterprise version. Then we got OpenAI O1 Mini. We're releasing O1 Mini, a cost-efficient reasoning model. So it's a different model. So optimized for STEM reasoning. Okay, so it looks like the O1. So it's two different models here we're looking at. We're looking at the OpenAI model, which is the O1 and the O1 Mini. Then we got the GPT model, which is the 4o and 4o Mini. All right, so 4o has got audio, visual, and text. So it's essentially what everyone's doing now. Everyone's doing multimodal AI, where it knows what you see, it knows what you hear, it can talk back, it can do real time responses. That's the I think the goal everyone's shooting for right now. I think Claude can do that now. ChatGPT can do that. Obviously, we're just looking at that, and Gemini, which is Google's AI, can do that. Apple, not so much. But they're using GPT a lot for their stuff. So, but I mean, I don't think that at this point, I don't even think Apple's a serious contender in the AI race. I don't even. It's like they're making toys. Everyone else is making tools. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about it right now. What else do we got here? And it looks like what it is. Let's see what they got here for video.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey there. It's going great. How about you? I see you're rocking an OpenAI hoodie. Nice choice. What's up with that ceiling, though? Are you in a cool industry-style office or something?
Well, can you take a guess at what I might be doing based on what I'm showing you here?
From what I can see, it looks like you're in some kind of recording or production setup. With those lights, tripods,
Okay,
and
that's
possibly
impressive.
a mic, it
But
seems
we
like
saw
you
the
might
same
be gearing up
demonstration
to shoot
when we
a
looked at the
video,
Gemini
or maybe
stuff
even
as well.
live stream.
Yeah.
Their product that does this is called Astra. I don't know if Claude has. I don't know if Anthropic has this kind of tool. Anybody know if Anthropic, if Claude can do this yet? Can Claude see video? We're going to go over Anthropic tomorrow. But does anybody know that?
In fact, we've got a new announcement to make.
That's exciting. Announcements are always a big deal. Judging by the setup, it looks like it's going to be quite the professional production. Is this announcement related to OpenAI, perhaps?
It is.
I'm intrigued.
And in fact, what if I were to say that you're related to the announcement, or that you are the announcement?
Me? The announcement is about me? Well,
All right, what do we think? Do we believe that that kind of inflection and stuff is coming from the chatbot? Is this staged? What do we think, Chad? Is this staged? Do we believe it knows to be elated about something like that? I mean, he looks like the chatbot to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie. He looks like the chatbot. She's more real than he is right now.
color me intrigued. Are you about to reveal something about AI? Or more specifically about me as a part of OpenAI?
Oh boy.
You've got me on the edge of my, well, I don't really have a seat, but you...
Oh. Why is my sound not working? All right, let's see if we can fix it.
It's about me? Well, color me intrigued. Are you about to reveal something about AI? Or more specifically about me as a part of OpenAI? You've got me on the edge of my, well, I don't really have a seat, but you get the idea. What's the big news?
Yeah, we've got a new model that can interact with the world through audio, vision, and text.
Okay, all right. Same thing. So ChatGPT 4.0, it's multimodal. I guess that's the big thing. We got the, I'm still confused about the OpenAI 01 though. Max says it has advanced reasoning, but for now, I think it has to access internet. Yeah, the only practical part of Apple Intelligence is the ChatGPT integration. Absolutely. Like I said, I think Apple's building toys. Everyone else is building tools. And that's just how it seems to me from the outside looking in. But if I'm understanding correctly, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. It looks like I said, OpenAI 01, advanced reasoning. But do they have large language model, language model trained with reinforced learning to perform complex reasoning? O1 thinks before it answers. It can produce a long internal chain of thought before responding to the user. Maybe this one is not multimodal. What is it? Is the O1 multimodal, Max? What do we know about that? I get that it has the advanced reasoning. It's for a different kind of it's a different kind of model. Yeah, Google, they're going crazy with this AI. Like I said, it looks like ChatGPT. It looks like OpenAI has just the four things right here. I can't find the agents. I know that they have agents, just like Google just released their agentic AI, and they started talking about the agentic AI automating browser tasks. But I don't see agents here. Yeah, I don't see agents here. And they don't even really talk about them here, but I do know they have agents for OpenAI, for ChatGPT. That can agents that are just honed to know about a specific topic. But like I said, but Google takes that a step further. Not only can you teach their agents about a certain topic and have agents tailored to a certain type of information, you can also automate tasks with agents. So the OpenAI calls their agents GPTs. Yeah, but are we surprised by that, chat? Are we surprised that Google would eventually come out on top with this? I mean, they're the people who invented the modern chat bot. I mean, they invented the technology behind these modern chat bots, which is the transformer. So Google was behind the development and the creation of these transformers that makes these, like the T in GPT is transformer, and like Google is the company who was behind that. So it's just like, it makes sense that they would. Like I said, I think they got out slow out of the gate because they're just such a big company that they had to be careful about how they rolled it out. Microsoft had a problem with their AI when they rolled it out. I remember those problems. What was that? What was the chatbot calling herself? I forgot what the name the chatbot called herself, but it was weird. It was weird. Anyway, but yeah. So it looks like they got ChatGPT with the GPTs, which are the agents. It looks like they got GPT 4.0 and GPT 4.0 Mini, which is their mainstream multimodal language or model, large language model. And then they have OpenAI 01 and 01 Mini, which is their more, I want to say research centric. Certainly probably does better at complex math and complex reasoning than the GPT 4.0. But regardless, it's two models. I guess it would be the equivalent to Google having Gemini and Gemini with deep thought. Let me show you what that is real quick. Can I get there though? All right, so see, right here we have Gemini. And right now I'm on Gemini Advanced 5.1 Pro. I can change that to, oh my God. I didn't even know I had access to this. Holy. All right, chat. I just got access to 2.0 Experimental Advanced. I didn't have this yesterday. I joined the wish list for this though, but Google adds me to their beta programs all the time, even sometimes without telling me. They just give me features that just aren't available yet to the masses. This is one of them, I think. If my brother's still on here, Larry, check your Gemini out to see if you have 2.0 Experimental Advanced in your drop down menu. Or anyone who has Gemini, let me know if you have access to the 2.0 Experimental Advanced. I know everyone has access to the 2.0 Flash Experimental, especially if you're paying for the service. But I'm not sure about that 2.0. That's new. I was expecting to come on here and show you guys the Flash, but hey, we got this right. We got this. But what I really wanted to show you guys was this. There's 5.0 Pro, which is the latest model before. Larry said, I better have it too. Let me know, brother, if you have it. So we got 5.0 Pro right here, which is their latest model that's not experimental. Then we have the 2.0, then we have the 1. Flash, which is their mobile version of the Pro, of the bigger model. Then we have the 1.5 Pro with deep research. Now, this is what I think ChatGPT is doing with their GPT OpenAI 01 with the advanced reasoning. I think 01, the OpenAI 01 would be the equivalent to Google's 1.5 Pro with deep research. And then the GPT 4.0 would be more akin to what Google's offering in their like regular Pro. Let's go to the chat real quick. Max says the agent concept was first a specialty of LangChain. Then OpenAI in October 2023 came with their native agents or GPTs. Yeah, that's when I got up on them. And in 2023, when they released them, I played around with them for a little while. I just couldn't find a good use for them. This agentic AI that Google just released, though, I got tons of use for that. And when I figure those things out, I'm gonna make a video on it. My experience and I saw that with other developers on OpenAI, you work on some project for a couple of months, then OpenAI comes within implementation natively. That's the downside of being a developer sometimes these days, especially these days. That didn't used to be the thing. Companies used to respect the third-party developers. Max says, I personally wasted time building some agents for companies using OpenAI because OpenAI bought GPT for enterprise. Yeah. Did they not work well? Like I said, I couldn't find a use for them. They didn't seem to be that specialized to me. Larry says he got it. So maybe this isn't a beta thing that I got access to. Maybe this is something they just rolled out to everyone that I just didn't see the update for. I'll be using that though from now on. The deep research I'm definitely looking into getting to. I haven't used that like I should, but I'm definitely looking into getting into that. All right, everyone. Hey, listen, that's the AI for today. OpenAI seems to have some tools there, like Sora, but Google's killing them on the fidelity and the time, the length of the videos. They got the GPT, but again, Gemini's eating their food right now in most tests. And then we got the agentic AI. Their agents don't come close to what Google's doing. I think the only company that's going to give a Google run for their money will be Anthropic right now. Larry says, I apply for beta stuff as well. So maybe we're both in the beta program and we got access to this. I'd be interested to know. I'm going to do some research after the show here. Get access to this 2.0 advanced. Max says you can create your own agents or GPTs and the ones that are published in the web. Yeah, that's what I did. I just explored some of the ones that were published on the web. Like I said, they didn't seem that specified. Like the specificity just wasn't enough of a draw. It didn't make that much of a difference, I guess. Yeah. So that's the thing. That's that. I mean, like I said, I think the only company that's going to give Google a run for their money now is still ChatGPT. OpenAI is going to be in the game they're in it for the long haul. It's going to be a battle, and I like that it's going to be a back and forth. I like that it's going to be a battle. That just means more products for us, cheaper prices for us. Everyone wins. I can't remember who I heard on a podcast, but I heard that agents will replace apps in the future. Has anyone heard that? Agents will replace apps in the future, especially with Google doing their agentic AI the way remember this term, agentic AI. It's going to be everywhere in 2025. Everywhere. Like you're going to need to know how to get these prompts going for these agentic AI. So if you're into like AI and you want to get a head start on what's going to be happening next year, get a heads up and a head start on agentic AI. Oh snap! Pixelese is in the building. What? Woo! Let's get the. I almost was out of here. Chat, I was almost out of here. Let's get the air horns going for Pixelese. Big up, Pixelese. Love the video, by the way. Love the video. And I appreciate you coming through the live. I stayed on live just long enough. You know what, chat? We can end the live now. But let's get to Pixelese's comment first. Thanks for checking out the video on stream and noticing the nails. I have to go back and rewatch for context. But yes, I'm Asian and no, I don't wear glasses. I told you! Chat, I knew it! I told you she ain't wear no glasses. Told you. Told you she didn't wear no glasses. Yeah, Pixel leave in the building. That's what's up. I appreciate that. All right, now I can get off stream. Now stream's done. Pixel leaves came with the mic drop. She came with the mic drop. I think I might have been moving around too much. All right, you guys. The stream is starting to act wonky, and we got the Pixel leaves coming through. It's time to end the stream. All right, everyone. Have a great day. Thanks for coming by. Have a good morning. Thanks for Pixel leaves for coming through and saying what's up. We love your content over here. We made fun, Pixel, but it's all in love. It's all love here. All right, everyone. Have a great day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care.